5 strangest things ever found on Earth that sound out of this world. 1. In the cold depths of the ocean, scientists discovered zombie starfish, creatures capable of tearing themselves apart to survive. They can lose entire arms, regrow them, and in some cases, the severed limbs keep crawling on their own for days, as if the animal refuses to fully die. 2. In the rainforests of Central America, there's a tree that appears to move. It's called the walking palm. Over time, it grows new roots in the direction of sunlight, while older roots slowly die off. The shift is so gradual you'd never see it happen, but over years, the tree can change its position, giving the eerie illusion that it's walking through the forest on its own. 3. In China and Madagascar, there are forests made entirely of stone. Known as stone forests, towering limestone pillars rise from the ground like frozen trees. They don't grow leaves. They don't sway in the wind. Yet they were shaped by ancient oceans, carved over millions of years, standing like a landscape that forgot how to move. 4. In the Baltic Sea, something massive was found resting on the ocean floor. No ruins, no explanation. Divers reported a disc-shaped structure over 200 feet wide, with smooth edges and sharp angles that shouldn't exist naturally. When instruments approached it, compasses failed, electronics shut down, and signals vanished, leaving scientists unable to explain what it is or why it's there. 5. And deep in the Arctic tundra, scientists uncovered seeds buried beneath frozen soil that refused to die. They aren't dormant for years, they aren't preserved by humans. Entire plants have sprouted after tens of thousands of years locked in ice, earning the name sleeping seeds. No single explanation fully explains how they survive time itself. These discoveries weren't meant to be found. They're reminders that parts of Earth still operate beyond human understanding. Follow Planet Mysteries for more discoveries that prove Earth is stranger, darker, and more alive than we ever imagined.
This is part 3 of the real-life experiments that inspired Stranger Things. Let's talk about the Montauk experiments. Which, fun fact, Stranger Things was originally going to be named Montauk. And this is the real-life Hawkins lab. The Montauk Project allegedly ran from the late 1960s to the 1980s. And it picked up right where MKUltra left off. Check out my other videos on MKUltra. This is Camp Hero in Montauk, New York, where the experiments took place. It was a Cold War military base that was used for radar, surveillance, and then weapons testing. Allegedly, they kidnapped or recruited children, did a bunch of mind control on them, tested psychic abilities, all that stuff. And then they tried to do time travel, and they tried to open interdimensional portals. One of the most famous claims was about the Montauk chair. A child would sit in the chair surrounded by electronics. Their thoughts were then allegedly amplified and made real. They would see creatures and objects, stuff out of their nightmares. One person apparently saw a creature so real that it saw the creature attack other people in the lab. And this is where the Demogorgon comes in. I think the scariest part is the stories about time travel and interdimensional portals. If you haven't looked into Project Sunshine, oh my gosh, that's gonna be the next video.
Explain this.
Welcome to part 2 of the real reason that we invaded Iraq, because you and I have been lied to our entire lives. In part 1, we talked about how an archaeologist discovered the ancient city of Uruk in modern-day Iraq, and then he discovered the tomb of Gilgamesh, and coincidentally, a few months after, we invaded Iraq. Well, buckle up, because this goes so much deeper than just his tomb. Now for this video, we have to go back to the days immediately following the flood, and this brings us to Genesis 10. Genesis 10 is the genealogy of Noah. Genesis 10:1 tells us that the 3 sons of Noah were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Down it says Ham had Cush, and then Cush had Nimrod. So Nimrod in the Bible is Noah's great-grandson. Now why am I talking about Nimrod? Because Nimrod is Gilgamesh. In the Bible, we learn that Nimrod established a very large kingdom. He was essentially the first king of the world, and it also says that he ruled over all of the other sons of Noah. Now, because of this, there were many different peoples that would write about Nimrod. It was their personal account of who Nimrod was. The Babylonians wrote about him, the Assyrians wrote about him, the Hittites wrote about him. It says even in Palestine, tablets have been found with this man's name on them. He was obviously the most popular hero in the ancient Near East. And of course, the Sumerians wrote about him in the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Why you never go in the cornfields alone.
What?
This girl was out walking through the cornfields in rural Indiana when she stumbled onto something straight out of a horror movie.
Well, I was just walking in the cornfields, minding my own business. Typical Friday night in Indiana. Thought I was all by myself. But apparently, I was not. This is happening. I'm gonna get closer.
She walked right into what looks like a ritual gathering of a group of people dressed in long white robes, standing completely still in front of a towering figure made of dried cornstalks and wearing a creepy mask. She even walked right up to them, but none of them moved or said a word. They just stood there dead still, staring at the effigy. Now, ceremonies like these aren't entirely unheard of. For centuries, cornfields have been seen as sacred grounds in some cultures, places where ancient rituals were performed to honor or appease forgotten spirits tied to the land. But some people think this was probably just a Halloween skit, while others think she herself might be the leader. But what do you think?
This is what they want us to see, yo. This is what they don't want y'all to know.
But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole on the other side of the South Pole from Middle America. And I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored. There's a tremendous there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world.
Why do y'all think that they have this map so detailed to even like the coloration of the different waters? We're talking about even the smallest islands of the islands. Make it make sense. Yo, I've been doing this content for a long time, and y'all know that. I'm goated at this shit, you feel me? Look at that. Bro, they got Asgard. Y'all know they be putting the truth inside the movies, yo. Y'all know it. Look at that. Everything is detailed down to the brim. These are the maps they don't want y'all to see, bro. Look at the different colors of the water. Y'all know that's the different depths and everything. And then y'all seen what I posted the other time. Look, all the different names of the oceans and everything. Say it ain't so, y'all. Say it ain't so. And then y'all heard what Emerald Bird said. That was Emerald Bird. For those who don't know, I'm pretty sure a lot of us know by now, but if you don't know, that was Emerald Bird that was talking. One of the greatest explorers of all time, y'all. Tell me, how could it be land beyond this that they didn't discover at that time frame? I want y'all to make it make sense, yo. Wake up!
The Bible says the end won't come without signs, and those signs are already here. Number 1, false messiahs, fake saviors, spiritual frauds. There were 2, wars and rumors of wars. Just turn on the news. There were 3, famines and plagues, food prices up, strange viruses. There were 4, natural disasters, more fires, more floods, more chaos. There were 5, persecution of believers, Christians mocked, censored. There were 6, cold hearts everywhere. Violence rising, compassion gone. 7, the gospel going global. For the first time, the message is worldwide. The signs aren't coming, they're already here.
This is the reason why you should always be aware of your surroundings. This family was coming back home when out of nowhere, this car comes really fast and 3 men get out of it. Lucky for the family, they were able to get inside before something could happen.
be one of the most shocking and disturbing photographs I've ever seen in my entire life. And yes, this appears to be the man at the center of the world's most notorious scandal, with a very young child. This photograph was found in a file labeled highly confidential, and you can see the specific file number indexed in the bottom right. While the mainstream narrative often tries to downplay the age of those involved, these images tell a much darker story. It's infuriating how the public is led to believe one thing, while the evidence points to something far more systemic. We don't know who these children are, but seeing how he surrounded himself with them despite having no family of his own is haunting. Why has this never been discussed on the evening news? It seems many are still determined to protect the powerful names scattered throughout these files. If you're ready to look behind the curtain and expose the truth, join me on this journey. Follow the Michael Dong channel, and you can also find the full, uncensored deep dives on all major streaming platforms. This entire week, I'm decoding these files one by one to put the full picture together for you.
Why would they kill all 9 people on the plane crash? Why would they kill 9 innocent people? Because it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. How many people were unalived at Diddy's little basketball shindig? 9. The people who come into my page right now, listen, if you are a Beyonce and Jay-Z fan, you might want to block me, okay? Because it's about to get deep. I don't believe in the Illuminati, the elites, all that good shit. Block me. Because until you understand this on a numerology level, this on a spiritual level, until you understand what sacrifices are, and I'm not talking about you sacrificing your rent money to pay your car. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about human sacrifice. They don't just come in ones, okay? They don't just come in 2s, 3s, 6, 9, and so forth, okay? But if you don't understand any of this, my page isn't for you, and I'm not about to sit here and argue with you back and forth. I'm going to block you. Team Goddess, let's do the shit.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ